and welcome to Pet Pals. I'm your host, Bethany Davidson. I'm the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control. And joining me, as always, is our fan favorite volunteer, Randy Cooper. And he's got on his lap a big puppy. This is 6 to 7 month old Peach. And she came to us as a stray, so we don't know a lot about her, but she's really enjoying being a lap dog. She knows exactly where the treat pocket is, too, so she's enjoying that. She's really looking for those. She is excited and jumpy. She's all of those puppy traits. So when you take her home, you're going to have to work with her on things like house training and walking well on the leash without pulling and jumping. She's definitely going to need some well-manners training, but she is capable of doing a sit. She knows a sit already, so she's definitely going to be one of those dogs that if you're willing to put in the work, she's going to quickly learn to do what you want her to do and be a well-mannered dog. She is okay when she's with other dogs. She's react favorably when she's walking past the other dogs in the kennels, and she's actually marked down as older children in adult home only, and that's because she's very strong and she does pull on the leash. So we don't want any younger kids under the age of 12 getting hurt just because she's so strong. It's not anything that she's trying to hurt them, but they can pull on the leash, pull an arm out, jump on her and push the kids down. So we just want to make sure that everybody is safe and that Peach is going to the right home. Because she is under a year old, she's going home through what we call our puppy process. That means that we'll take up to 4 applications for her, and then after we do some checks, we'll decide what family is going to be the best fit for her. We have to make sure that the family that's taking Peach home is willing to put in that work to train her properly. If you don't have that time to invest, then your dog is going to, be unruly and just it becomes a problem dog, and then they end up back here in the shelter. So we want to put all the dogs in the right homes from the start. So if you're interested in Peach, who is a beautiful tan and white pit bull mix, please stop by and visit her here at the shelter. The next 2 dogs that we have for you are another bonded pair. We've talked about bonded pairs in the past. All of those guys have found their forever homes together. These are new additions to our floor. This is Max and Daisy, and they are poodle mixes. Max is the big guy that with the red collar there, and then Daisy is the little one who is a bit of a darker color, and she has a pink collar on. They are 2 years old. They were owned, and they came to us because their owner was moving and just didn't have enough time to commit to them. So they're here in the shelter. They must go home together because they're best friends, and they're going to be sad if they and have some emotional problems, too much stress if we tried to separate them. So if you're looking for 2 dogs, these would be the perfect 2 because they're already happy living together. They like each other. They are both friendly and energetic, a little jumpy. Daisy is more of a barker as well. She's going to be the green card. She's going to have more energy. She is kind of all over the place, whereas Max is a little more cautious and reserved. We were doing a food aggression test. He was actually scared of the fake hand, so he's definitely going to need some of that adjustment time to work up to being comfortable in his new environment. He takes a little more to kind of get him to coax out and come out and hang out. I saw that when I was trying to take their pictures just in their kennel. Daisy's jumping all over the place, and Max is just kind of slowly walking around, taking it all in. But they are both going to be going home together, so since you're going to take both of them, dogs generally go home for $92.50, but you'll get a $20 discount for taking 2, and they're going to be a great addition to any home. The last dog that we have for you today is Mojo. Mojo is one of our blue color-coded dogs, so he is, part of that has to do with his age. He's 11 years old, but he's just very calm, chill, well-mannered. So he's going to be one of the dogs that's going to be easiest to acclimate into your home. They're not easily stressed in the shelter environment, so when you bring him home, he's just going to kind of fit right in, not going to be nearly as much work as, say, a green color-coded dog who has a lot of energy and still needs a lot of that manners training. Again, Mojo is 11 years old. He is a Shih Tzu mix. He came to us because his owner was moving and they just couldn't take him with them anymore. As you can see, he's very friendly, he's calm, he's enjoying the attention, he doesn't mind being picked up. He has been around cats and dogs and children before, so if you have other pets, or if you have young kids in your home, he's going to be fine with them. He's not going to be overly aggressive. He's pretty much going to do what he's doing right now. He is a little shy at first, so that's going to be something that you should take into account. When one of our kennel staff went in to do some work with him, he needed a little coaxing to come out before he went on his walk, but once he gets to know you, he's easy to obtain. He walks really well on the leash. He keeps his kennel bedding clean, so he's 11 years old, so he's pretty much, as far as we can tell, house trained, so that's going to be a plus for anybody looking to adopt him. He's just a really sweet guy who's looking for a great place to spend his golden years. Smaller breed dogs do tend to live longer than the larger breeds, so he's still got a lot of years left in him. So if you're looking for a cool and relaxed family companion, come in and visit with Mojo. The last animal that we have for you on this part of the show is Shelly. Shelly is a red-eared slider, as you can see, a turtle. The gender of this turtle is unknown right now, so we went for kind of a unisex name of Shelly. If you're interested in taking home a turtle as part of your family, you might think that it's something easy that takes up very little space. You can put it in an aquarium. Turtles actually are a lot of work, so you want to make sure that you're doing all of your research before you bring one home. They're going to need a large heated aquarium with a swimming area at least as deep as the width of the turtle. They also need to have things like a rock or a shelf where they can get in and out of the water. And that aquarium setup periodically needs to be completely dismantled, bleached, and cleaned. And like all other animals, turtles can carry diseases, so you want to be careful of the bacteria and making sure that you're keeping their environment clean, and you're being careful with the transmitting of those diseases to the other animals in your home and to yourself. They have special dietary requirements as well, so you want to make sure that you're doing the research and talking to the appropriate experts to make sure that you're feeding your turtle the appropriate food. Some turtles need live food, and then smaller turtles will be eating every day, and larger turtles sometimes only need to eat every couple of days. They also need to have, like all reptiles, need to have those lights on their aquariums and cages. So for this guy, we have the light on him for 12 hours a day, and then we turn it off at night so that it stimulates that day and night sensation for those guys. But he is, as you can see, kind of active right now, but when you go back and see him in his aquarium, he kind of just likes to hang out underneath of his rock. He's kind of hard to see a little bit at times, but if you're looking for this type of an animal, we do occasionally get them here. As you can see, we have one now. In the past, earlier in the summer, we had 3 red-eared sliders here, and they actually went off to the Catoctin Zoo as a rescue. But Shelly will be here for a while if you're interested in adopting a red-eared slider. So if you're interested in a red-eared slider, please stop by and visit with Shelly. That's going to wrap it up for this half of Pet Pals. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with a few feline friends that you can add to your home.
Great news for Frederick County. Need to schedule meeting space in the evening or study a little longer or check out a book last minute? Now you have an hour longer to do so in all 3 of Frederick County's regional libraries. Beginning September 6th, Seaber Arts, Thurmont, and Urbana libraries will remain open until 9 p.m., Monday through Thursday. The 1-hour extension is possible thanks to a budget increase from Frederick County government. County Executive Jan Gardner wanted patrons to have more time for browsing and to use the community rooms. For additional information regarding all FCPL branch hours, please visit fcpl.org/branches-hours. See you in the aisles.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and this is Catherine. We are Frederick County 911 dispatchers, and we're here to tell you what to expect when dialing 911.
we're on the line to listen, and we also have important instructions to give you. Your 911 operator needs to get essential information from you as quickly as possible by asking the following questions in this order.
What is the address of the emergency so we can send the right help to the right location? What is the phone number you're calling from? If the line disconnects, we may need to call you back. What is your name so we can address you properly? And tell me exactly what happened. Asking these questions allows operators to start dispatch to emergencies quickly.
Your 911 operator is often working closely with one or more dispatchers, obtaining important information which is relayed to responders who are on the way to your location while you are still on the phone.
This process is repeated on each call to ensure responders get to each emergency as quickly and safely as possible with the right information to provide the best service they can.
Law enforcement, fire and rescue, and other responders rely on 911 operators and dispatchers to obtain specific information that varies with each type of call. Sometimes it may seem as though your 911 operator is asking a series of unnecessary questions, but in fact this information is vital for getting the right help sent to the right place. Often, help is already on the way while your 911 operator is talking to you.
While emergency crews are responding, dispatchers continue to provide them with updated information gathered by your 911 operator.
Also, your 911 operator may be able to provide you with important life-saving direction, from how to safely exit a building on fire to CPR instruction, providing important information for staying safe and out of danger during a vehicle accident, as well as helping a caller deliver a baby.
For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/911 or call the non-emergency number at 301-600-1603.
Welcome back. This is now going to be our feline segment. The first guest that we have for you today is Drake. And Drake came to us as a stray, so we don't know a lot about him. He is a snowshoe mix, and he's 5 to 6 years old. He came to us, he was already neutered, and he is microchipped already, so he was owned by somebody at some point who did take some care of him, so we're not exactly sure what happened or how he ended up with us, but he's now in our care. He is going to be not around for very long. When we get in the Oriental type cat breeds, the Siamese, the snowshoes, they do not last long. As you can see, they are beautiful, and that draws people's attention. He's got those great blue eyes and the nice brown and tan coloring and that adorable pink nose. He is a green tag, so he's a little shy, but Randy said he didn't really have any problem getting him to come out for him. As you can see, he's used to being petted because he's fine just sitting there on Randy's lap, and he's purring, he's taking in all of the attention and the affection that he can get. As a breed, snowshoes are lap cats, and they are a talkative breed, much like the Siameses, but they are not as vocal as a Siamese cat, and they often have a softer and more melodic meow to them. It's not as annoying as some people would say the Siamese meow is. And as a breed, they are also good with kids, so if you're looking to introduce a cat to your kids for the first time, he is probably going to be a good option for you. And since he is a little older, he's also going to be more mellow. There's not going to be all of that kitten work with the training so that they're not constantly climbing your curtains and clawing on all of your furniture and stuff. He's going to be more mellow and relaxed when you're adding him to your family. So if you're interested in Drake, come by as soon as possible, because breeds like he is do not last long here in the shelter. The next guy we have for you is another more breed specific, something other than the domestic short hair or domestic long hair. This is Dax, and he is 5 to 6 years old, and he's a long-haired brown tabby with white, but he is a Manx. So he's not just a domestic long hair, domestic medium hair, he's a Manx. We've had Manxes on the show before. If you might remember Buttercup, he was black and white. Buttercup since went off to Friends for Life Rescue, where he was recently adopted out through that program. But if you're interested in a Manx, we have Dax here. He is 5 to 6 years old. He's already been neutered. He was previously owned. He came to us because his owners were getting a divorce and there were some housing issues and they just couldn't keep him in the home anymore. So he's here. He's looking for his new forever home. They describe him as a typical Manx cat, so he wants to be with you, he wants to hang out with people, and he loves attention. As you can see, he's just kind of eating up all the attention that he's getting from Randy. He's loving being petted and cuddled. He's a bit of a lap cat. His previous owner did note that he does like to kind of claw and scratch, so you're going to have to make sure that if you're taking him home that you're keeping track of that stuff, disciplining him when he's not, when he's scratching on things that you don't want him to be scratching on. They did also note, though, that he is good about using his scratching pads and posts, and he often likes to scratch and play in cardboard boxes. So that's just something that is a typical cat thing. You want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on them. If they're scratching on stuff that you don't want them to be doing, that use a squirt bottle filled with water as a behavior modification technique. Just go ahead and give them a no and squirt them, and then eventually they'll learn that those negative behaviors result in that squirt. They don't like the water, so then they kind of stop doing what they've been doing. But he has a beautiful coat, beautiful coloring. He's got, again, an adorable pink little nose, and his tail, a part of the Manx breed is that they have no tails or very short tails. So he's got a pretty short tail on him. Manx cats that have no tails are called rumpies. If they have a 3 to 4 fused vertebrae on the end, they are called rumpy risers. If they have 1 to 5 normal vertebrae in their tail, they're called stumpies. And then if they just have a short tail, they're called longies. So I haven't quite figured out what kind of tail situation Dax has, as I'm kind of meeting him for the first time here today. But you can come in and visit with him and see what you think. But if you're interested in adding a very social cat with a more of a unique breed to your home, stop by and visit with Dax. The next guest that we have is Robin. Robin is a boy. He is a 2-year-old domestic short-hair gray tabby. He's already been neutered, so he's pretty close to, he's going to be a quicker adoption going out because he's already been neutered. He was previously owned. He came to us because his owner lost his job and couldn't afford him anymore. So they brought him to us so that we could find him a good new home. One of the things that you'll notice about Robin is that he has a bit of a deformity on his front left leg. It kind of folds under and hangs under his belly. So he moves around similar to what we call the tripod cats, the 3-legged cats. He kind of has a hop, but he doesn't let the fact that he has that deformity slow him down. He's still very active, and I want to make sure people know that's not the reason that he came to the shelter. He came to the shelter because his owner was having financial issues. There's nothing wrong with Robin with his personality. He's capable of moving around. He's very active, as you can see. Even now, he's moving around on Randy's lap. He walks around his cage. He's very affectionate. He's purring right now. He can be a little shy at first with new people. In his cage, he has a cat bed that's kind of like a hut, so he can go in there and get away from people if he wants. But he comes up to the cage once he's decided that he wants to interact with you, and he'll headbutt you and rub against you. When he first came into our shelter, he was a little shy, very shy, and wasn't really interested in social interaction at first, but that's when you come into the shelter, it's very stressful for the animals. So after some time, he kind of opened up and came out of his shell and started to reveal his true personality. And now this is how Robin is, and that's why he's made his way out onto the adoption floor. He's got beautiful big green eyes, and he's just super affectionate and loves to be cuddled. We are having a vet. I'm going to check out his leg and make sure that that is 100% okay. But again, it doesn't stop him. So if you're looking for a very sweet and affectionate cat that's kind of quirky, has something different about him that makes him stand out, stop by and visit with Robin. This next guy is Bucky. He is a black and white cat, affectionately known to most people as a tuxedo cat. He's a domestic short hair, and he's 6 months old. And a lot of people are looking for the smaller kittens. We're kind of tailing off the end of kitten season. We do still have a fair amount of kittens in foster care, and there are kittens on the floor. But what we are also seeing is that we're getting those older kittens in, the 5-month, 6-month-old, and because they're not as cute and cuddly and tiny as those 3-month-old kittens, they kind of are hanging out in the shelter for a little longer. One of the benefits of getting the older kitten is that, like Bucky, is that they're going to be less into the whole curtain climbing thing. They're starting to mellow out and get into that more adult phase, so they're going to not be as crazy, tearing everything up. They're starting to be more mellow. Like this guy's very curious still, but he's cool with just sitting there, getting petted, enjoying being a lap cat for the time being. If you go visit Bucky, sometimes he likes to hide under his rug in his cage, but if you come out and stop and visit, he'll pop his head out. When Randy went to get him today, he was out just walking around. I was trying to take his picture last night, and he was trying to make it into a bit of a game. It was a bit of a struggle for me, but he enjoyed it. He's very all over the place, very inquisitive looking. He was trying to get out of his cage last night, so he's definitely looking for that opportunity to get out and be in a home where he can run free and play. But this is Bucky, and he is 6 months old, so please stop by and visit Bucky if you're looking to add a bit of an older kitten to your family. This is Maya, and she's the last cat that we have for you today. She is a 2 to 3 year old domestic short hair. She's that great orange tabby pattern and coloring. Maya came to us as a stray, and she actually came in with her 3 kittens. And so when she initially came in, she went into foster care where she was able to nurse and raise her kittens. Now that her kittens are old enough to be on their own, they're still in foster care, but they are old enough to be on their own. They've sent Maya back to us so that we can go ahead and adopt her out and get her into her forever family. Her foster family gave a lot of information about what they've learned about Maya since she's been with them, and she is very playful. Apparently one of her favorites is feather toys, so she loves to play with that. They say that she's easygoing. They also said that if you're looking for a cat that still has a lot of that youthful playfulness, but is past that whole possibility of the destructive kitten behavior, she's going to be a great choice for you. As you can see, she's very interested in what's going on. She's moving around, she's looking around, she's curious, but she's not trying to necessarily get away. She's happy just soaking up all of the attention that she's getting from Randy. Her foster family says that she loves people. If you put your hand out, she's going to rub right up against your hand. She's quick to purr when you're petting her. But then she's also independent. She's happy just to sit by herself and look out the window and watch the world go by. So she's kind of that best of both worlds. She is listed as an orange color-coded cat, and that's kind of what that means. They like to be with you and hang out with you on their terms when they want, and then they also like to be off by themselves and do their own thing. She's just a typical cat, but she's very sweet, and she is looking for her forever home. So if you're looking to add a great cat to your family, stop by and visit with Maya. She sometimes is hiding underneath of her loft there, so it might take her a few minutes to come out, but it's definitely worth the wait if you take the time to be patient with her and let her come out and meet with you. So that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Pet Pals. We did want to let everybody know that September is Happy Cat Month, and here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center, we are doing a Facebook photo contest. So you can submit photos of your happy cat to my email address, which we'll put up on the screen for you, and then at the end of the month, the photos in the album with the most likes will be receiving a gift basket, and the photo of your happy cat, if you're the winner, will be our profile picture on our Facebook page for the next month of October. So if you're interested in letting everyone on our Facebook page and in the area know about your happy cat story, please submit your photos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.